The Together agenda has 8 main points of focus. T stands for togetherness through community conversations and collaboration. O stands for optimizing staff productivity and welfare. G stands for getting our students ready for the global stage. E stands for espousing an international outlook. T stands for teaming up with the University College Hospital Ibadan and other parts of the University of Ibadan for greater impact. H stands for harnessing the power of our alumni. E stands for enlarging the ComUI financial pocket. First and foremost, I must acknowledge God. I must acknowledge Him. Indeed, His display of wonders, miracles, and power makes the nation acknowledge Him. I know fully well that from beginning to the end, it was God that has given me the gift of life, health, strength, wisdom, understanding, knowledge to do all that I've been able to do. Regards to my coming out to campaign and get elected, I would say the inspiration has been multifactorial. The first person, I'd already acknowledged God, but I must say that I must acknowledge my mother, Mrs. Taiwo Joyce Lucretia Marion George, a Creole from Kisii, Sierra Leone, who was widowed at the age of 35. And she fought a very hard battle to raise up 4 young children in a very harsh and difficult and unjust society, that I may enjoy the things that she never ever could or did. She always told me I could be as good as anyone. I heard that all the time, and I believe God used her to build up my self-esteem. She encouraged me to be distinct, to be unique, different, and even when everyone stood against my going into specialize in psychiatry, she gave me her 100% support. University of Ibadan can be described as a family or as a community. In my own perspective, every family, every community, we need to work together towards togetherness as a goal. Togetherness it must be an integral part of the day-to-day processes of living and existing together. It must be a deliberate and proactive process to engage each and every individual, whether it's a family or whether it's the college. And I felt very much that we needed this together process to bring together, through community conversations, those who felt they were not doing great, and together with those who felt they were doing great. And I felt we could have a lot of discussions with small groups, large groups, and to forge a unified agenda. The Together agenda for me was not just for the campaign. It was to be transformed into a strategic plan, and that's exactly what we've done. It was to be the benchmark on which I would assess myself and my achievements and my failures.
Together agenda as it is, it's a complete package of what any administration would want to do. And if you unbundle the agenda, you will see that there's hardly anything that any administration would want to do that will not be part of the Together. The Together agenda is very complete. So what she has done with the Together agenda is to put up basic issues that must be addressed in an administration of a medical college.
So I tried to reach out to all staff, students, alumni. I did my best, and God saw my heart through this process.
It wasn't difficult for the provost to put it across to me. It's a self-explanatory agenda. And for someone who is been in administration across the university, who has been involved a lot with issues about university administration and so on, it's not difficult to roll with the agenda. So I came on board, I embraced it, and then I followed it and offered all my support to the agenda. Most of the times I was always thinking about the agenda, the components of the agenda.
I must say I'm grateful to God for the Deputy Provost that he provided for this journey. Professor Ade Fatai Adeni, a distinguished professor of physiotherapy.
So I must thank the Provost for nominating me. I mean the Provost, Professor Olayinka Olusola Omigbodun, for nominating me as one of the contestants for the post of Deputy Provost.
Said Professor didn't need to run because of his personality, his brilliance, his commitment to institutional growth, and his track record for excellence in service.
Now, therefore, arise. Let us go over together. Now, therefore, arise. Let us go over together. First and foremost, I extend my deep appreciation again to the Academic Staff Assembly of the College.
I would like to rate the administration quite high in terms of its commitment to inclusion, especially of academic staff in decision making. This should not come by surprise to anyone, because even the very foundation of our College of Medicine had been that of a committee-based administration. And I think the current administration, ably led by our outgoing provost, Professor Olayinka Omigbodun, has done very well in that regard. She's allowed the departments, the faculties to come up with their own independent decisions, before she acts on it. Sometimes modify it, but at least those critical suggestions and changes come from the department. So I really want to rate her very high on community engagement.
So in my interaction with the administration has been mostly with the Alumni Association. But I've also represented the alumni at most of the events, induction ceremonies, and other similar events, interacting with students. I do recognize the innovative meetings that this administration did introduce, like reminiscences with young students before they are leaving the college, and also the Living Legends Forum has also provided an opportunity to interact with alumni. So for me, this has been very positive. I do know that we also have other special committees on which I have served, particularly in relation to the building committee. And these have been a very useful forum for resolving issues that affect the project.
From the inception of this administration, the Together agenda made it clear that there was a prominent and impactful role for alumni members to play in the growth and development of the College of Medicine.
1, 2, 3.
Under the leadership of our esteemed provost, Professor Omigbodun, our college has witnessed a remarkable era of student-centered governance. Through town hall meetings and surveys, our voices have been heard and valued.
The provost ensured to seek our inputs and feedback on matters that affect our academic and extracurricular experiences. Other focus points include scholarship initiatives to relieve the financial burden of indigent students, and the college collaboration with research institutes to provide a platform for we students to engage in research.
Wọ́n tọ́jú wa, wọ́n dẹ̀ nífẹ̀ẹ́ wa, wọn ò fẹ́ ìdọ̀tí, wọ́n neat, wọ́n ṣiṣẹ́ takuntakun bí obìnrin gidi, a rí ọwọ́ wọn, wọ́n nífẹ̀ẹ́, tá bá kí wọn, wọ́n máa fi ọ̀yàyà dá wa lóhùn.
Èmi àti màmá ti wà for long As far back as 2009, when I resumed to this College of Medicine, I've worked, my husband, in 2009, and we have been together till date. So I don't have any challenges because my mama is just like mother. She's a mother to me. She's a mother to me.
For the weekly workshop for a well-informed workforce, we've been inviting resource persons for now within the university, and we hope in the future to invite people outside of the university. And in these weekly workshops, we've been looking at important issues that will improve the skill of academic and non-academic staff.
And say that e-learning has impacted positively, because as it is now in the College of Medicine, University of Ibadan, lecturers, regardless of their location, regardless of space, regardless of time, we can actually teach our students, we can engage our students in teaching and learning without using the normal face-to-face classroom interactions that we're used to.
And it must be placed on record that this current administration, under the leadership of Professor Olayinka Olushola Omigbodo, actually performed excellently in raising funds for the activities in the college. We are not fully computerized, but majority of our system are automated. If you get to my office now, at least Grant, the place at least is wearing a good look. Our office will now have a solar power.
One of the major accomplishments of CREAM that will contribute to the portfolio of the College of Medicine during this administration was the writing workshop, the I Write, that was organized. That we had a number of early career researchers that came in, and they had a period of some weeks where they could bring in their data and then sit with each other, and they wrote papers. And I think there were over 10 papers that were written, and the college administration also provided some funding for publishing those papers.
I can describe her as a Madam fundraiser, and history will not easily forget her.
The College of Medicine, University of Ibadan, deals with facts, not opinions or conjectures, and this formed the basis of our learning in this citadel. Our learning was structured around a curriculum that is integrated, person-centered, competency-driven, and community-oriented. This curriculum has and will continue to produce graduates who are confident, competent, and compassionate, and that is a fact.
For most of the things we did that had to do with the students, this is very important. We are not imposing things on students. Every policy that bordered on the student, we got students involved. We carry them along. Even the hostel project that the alumni is coordinating, the students were involved in the design of the building.
When I first took office in 2020, I went to Abuja for a meeting of the Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria. And we were told there, I was so surprised, that if we don't have enough accommodation to accommodate all medical and dental students, we would lose accreditation. What we did was, once the Ibadan College of Medicine Alumni Association said they would partner with us, I then thought to myself, okay, let's go ahead and start.
We discovered that many students were having difficulties about paying their fees. So those students were not able to focus on their studies because they were struggling here and there. So we came up with this sponsored student program.
When this administration first started, the students were asked, if you're indigent, please apply. And I think we must have gotten like 1,000 letters. Suddenly everybody was indigent. When we asked. So that wasn't going to work. we had to have a system in place where you could really identify those who were in need, so that when you are asking for funds, people will be sure that yes, people want to support, but they want to be sure that their support is going to the people who really need it.
On entering preclinicals, it was a little bit more overwhelming, new calendar than we're used to. I had to stop the tutorials and other work I was engaged in to try and focus more on school. But the more I tried to focus and all, the more it was not able. Then I saw the application for sponsored students and I applied, hoping that hopefully I get it and it will be able to solve a lot of my financial problem.
One of the most impactful in my mind is the Sponsor a Student program, which was started in March of 2021 to help combat the issue of students dropping out of school due to financial challenges.
This is the SABS admin working very hard. Okay then. So we will call the name and you will give the letter and whoever the pastor wants to hand over. So first of all, we have Sarah Ozuwara. You remember Sarah from last year? Yes, give him. He was going to give the award.
The depth to which many students were unable to pay their fees, and some were dropping out or stressed out during their tenure. So it was the attention that the college called that made us to realize this, and for the alumni to reach out to members to support students.
They gave the clarion call to action, and people from all over the world and all over the country, including myself, answered that call to give of our time, our talent, our treasure, which is our finances, to help students continue their education. Some of them have graduated right now, so that they would not drop out of school.
I'm happy that we were able to support many students and made their lives much easier. I was also encouraged by the fact that with that support, there was a decrease in the number of students who were missing out on exams, and also an improvement in the students' performance. So that was one major area where the alumni are very proud to have been in partnership with the college. The other one, of course, is a requirement of the Medical and Dental Council that says that all clinical students of the College of Medicine must be housed on the premises of UCH. And we didn't have enough bed spaces. And this administration came up with a brilliant idea of building additional hostel blocks. Thankfully, the administration of the UCH gave us land, and we were able to go on fundraising with the leadership of the college to raise money to start building these blocks.
In discussion with the support of my wife and my children, I want to announce today that I would budget personally $1 million toward this. That's it.
The hostel building committee is made up of alumni and professionals in the building industry. And it started through the vision of the provost, Professor Olayinka Omigbodun, who thought that it was a good thing and an essential component of the training of medical students to have the hostel